Hi, this is Amy from the ULC Seminary, and I'd like to talk to you a little bit about our wedding and funeral information packets and ceremonies and such. One of our most popular books that I'd like to show you is The Ultimate Wedding and Ceremony Workbook for the Planning Impaired. On the back it says A Bride's Guide to Sanity. One of my favorite things that I put on there was brides who use this book swear by it. Brides who don't, just swear. The great thing about this book is that you can use it to upsell your weddings. This is something that you can give to the bride and groom. They are so grateful to have it, and it has a ton of information in it. It has a lot of information, if you look through the various pages, on articles about planning your wedding. We have Fairy Tale on a Budget, Secrets to a Smoother Wedding Day, Personalizing Your Wedding, etc. Things like etiquette. A lot of people will say, well, this is a kind of a low-key wedding, so that stuff's not really, doesn't really apply. Etiquette applies to weddings, whether they're big weddings or small weddings. For instance, you don't open your presents at the reception. You wouldn't think you'd have to tell people that, but you do. I've had more than a few brides who say, oh, we're going to jump in and open the presents now. Ugh, it's not your birthday. Don't do it. Makes everybody look bad and feel bad. One of the other things is to let the couples know the best man is expected to have any payments. That's part of his job as the best man, is to make sure that anyone who is owed money, he should have envelopes with checks and he hands them out. That way you don't have to be bothering the bride and groom with that kind of stuff. Hey, I need to get my final check. It feels tacky, so it's best to go ask the best man and not to bother the bride and groom. And the bride is busy floating around looking beautiful. We don't want to bother and bring it down to issues of money. So this book has all of that information in it. I always tell that to the couples during their consultation. That's one of the many things I tell them. It has pages in here, checklists, planning, things to help people, like tips like aisle runners. People have their weddings in all different colors. Aisle runners are traditionally white, not terribly interesting. Traditional, but not terribly interesting. You could go to places and get large rolls of plastic table coverings in all different colors. And what's really looks just beautiful is if you have maybe colors of dark blue. They look best in dark colors. Dark green, dark blue, something else that might be an accent to the wedding colors. And you have an aisle runner that's that color, and it goes with the wedding colors and usually makes a beautiful accent against the white dress. Those are the kinds of priceless tips that are in this book. The other great thing about it is that in between there are all the different parts of the wedding. Everything that is in the book has all the words that you need, and it also has explanations about what all the parts are. So you can read it first so you understand, but then you get to go through and explain it to the bride and groom. The great thing is that you then give the couple this book and they get to keep it. All the pages tear out. It is a workbook. You can just raise the price of your ceremonies a little bit to cover the costs. We do offer them in bulk. If you buy them by the case, they end up being like $9 each plus shipping, and we ship media rate, and what we charge for shipping is pretty much exactly what it costs to ship them. So you're getting them for $9, maybe $10 each. You can just absorb the cost as part of your wedding, or you can just raise your price a little bit. They get a free copy of the book. You get to give them something. On the inside cover of the book, you can either use that to write in a receipt. I sign it, I put the date and time of the wedding, so we know that's what we've agreed on, and officiant services with my phone number and address, or email address. You can also get those address stickers, return address stickers. Put your name, your phone number, and your either website and or email address on there. Put in the inside sticker of the book. Brides take these books to their workplace. I know they do. I've gotten referrals that way. And people say, I want that book. Where did you get it? And people say, oh, I got it from such and so and so. And you get it when you hire them. Oh, I want that book. So I've gotten more than a few referrals because brides saw their friends getting married, saw the book, wanted it. So I not only got the first booking, I got more. It's a gift that keeps giving. So it's completely worth it to invest in the Ultimate Wedding and Ceremony Workbook for the Planning Impaired. And again, you can buy it in bulk and buy it by the box. It's great. I have a number of ministers who do that, who give them out left and right. Really helps build the business. Another thing that is excellent is, and it goes along with that, is our book, More Weddings, Funerals, and Rites of Passage. It is the sequel to the book, Weddings, Funerals, and Rites of Passage. The great thing about it is that all the ceremonies that are in the yellow book are in this book as well. We have additional ones too. And what I did was I put them in the same order. So Gathering Words 1 in the yellow book is the same as Gathering Words 1 in here. So you can use this for your reference. The yellow book stops at, say, Gathering Words 6, I think. This book goes through to number, I think, 11 or 12. Plus there's also a whole bunch of other things that aren't in the yellow book. The great thing about having the More Weddings, Funerals, and Rites is that if you are talking to a bride and groom and they said, you know, there isn't anything we quite like, or we're looking more for something that will include a rose, or that will include information about what it means to be married, or whatever it is. We want a little statement about love, or whatever it is. You have this book to draw from that has not only what's in the yellow book, but additional ceremonies as well. You have funeral ceremonies, you have baby naming, house blessing, and a whole host of different kinds of ceremonies in here that are on top of what you already have in the other book. There are ribbon ceremony, dove release, butterfly, bubble blessing, which is kind of different. Lots of marriage pronouncements. Blessing of the food, in case you're asked to do some sort of blessing if you stay for the reception. We have house blessings. There's also a whole section on divorce ceremonies. Some people who are being amicable about it and want to do something for the kids, or maybe some people are having trouble moving on. So the divorce ceremony is a ritual to help them get through and end it. It helps end the agreement. There's lots of funeral and memorial ceremonies with additional funeral scriptures and poems. Miscellaneous ceremonies. We have the funeral for a goldfish, funeral for a dog, a pet funeral. There's a recipe in here for holy water, so if you'd like to make your own holy water. Adoption, blessings for protection. There's also one for people who want to adopt, or who want to get pregnant and they want to open themselves up to the idea of being pregnant. Maybe they're having a little trouble. So this would be a ritual that would symbolize their openness to it. A sisterhood blessing. There are transition into womanhood. So we have one of the rites of passage. There's a quinceañera ceremony. We also have a lot of other different blessings. We have blessings for boats and welcoming of winter. There's a ceremony for the blessing of a newborn child. Bedside prayer, house blessings, meal blessings, yard blessing, night blessing. There's a lot of different things in here that you are not going to find in other places. This is More Weddings, Funerals, and Rites of Passage. It is a companion to the book Weddings, Funerals, and Rites of Passage. This was the first one that came out. This one has a lot of ceremonies in it as well. The weddings that are in this book are completely separate. All the ceremonies in this book are completely separate from its companion, More Weddings, Funerals, and Rites of Passage. This one has all the ceremonies, the same thing as far as weddings, although they're all different, like I said. We have adult baptism, a lot of wedding ceremonies, rings, benediction. We have a tying the knot and knot vows, renewal of vows. We have house blessings, lots of funerals, how to do eulogies, etc. We have an ending of pregnancy ritual, midlife ceremony, empty nest. The kids move out. Sometimes people have trouble with that transition. Pet funeral, a missing person ceremony, which unfortunately is all too common with war and things like that going on, or someone's just missing. You can't really mourn them because you don't know for sure that they're deceased, but you do know that they're gone. And so there's ceremony to help you deal with that. Lots of prayers and blessings, blessing before a meal, office blessing. There's a lot of different ceremonies in this book, Weddings, Funerals, and Rites of Passage. Both of these books are available via email. Just to make it clear, I am aware that there is a shipping charge that is added on everything. I haven't figured out how to take it off on just select items. So what I did is I lowered the price, and I put the cost of receiving those on email $5 less. And that way, if that's the only thing you're ordering, then you're not really paying for shipping because the price would be $5 more. If you order other things along with it, then hey, you're getting a $5 discount. That kind of works out. So I hope you enjoy that information about weddings. My name's Amy from the Universal Life Church Seminary. Thanks for watching.